We're going to take a look at drawing an inequality on a number line. So our first inequality here says that x is greater than, so that little symbol means bigger than. The big open side is toward the x, so that means x is greater than 15. So to draw that in a number line, you draw out your line first of all. So we draw a little line and we will put our 15 in the middle, put 14 to the left because it's smaller, and 16 to the right because it's bigger. So because it's bigger than, we are going to put a circle above the 15 and an arrow in the direction of the numbers bigger than 15. Now, the circle should be open. If there was a little line underneath the greater than sign, then we would colour the circle in. So if you look at this next example down below, so again, we draw our line, we put on our number 6, 7 in the middle, and then 8 to the right. We're putting our circle above the 7, so we're putting our circle above the number in the inequality, but because it is underlined this time, we're going to colour it in. And because it says 7 is greater than or equal to 7, we're going to go to the bigger numbers than 7. So if it's not coloured in, then it means it's not equal to, and if it is coloured in, that means it's also equal to. So next two examples here, we've got x is less than 2. So no underline this time, so it doesn't mean less than or equal to. So if it's not underlined, then we're not going to colour in our dot. Let's put our numbers on first. So starting with 1 and then 2 in the middle and 3 on the right. So we're going to put our dot above the 2 because that's the number in our inequality. Then it says x is less than because the small side of the inequality sign comes first. So x is less than 2. So we're going to go down the way. And we don't colour in our dot because there is no line under the inequality sign, so no colouring in of the dot. On our last one then, so draw out our line, put on the numbers 23, 24 and 25. So we're keeping our 24 in the middle. Because the inequality says x is less than or equal to 24, we're going to put our dot above 24. And because it's less than or equal to, then we colour in the dot. And because less than, we're going to go down to the lower numbers like 23. So that shows in the number line that all the numbers below 24, 24 and below satisfies that inequality. So x is less than or equal to 24. Sometimes we have double inequalities. So what that means, if you read from the centre, this one here tells us that x is greater than minus 2. And then if you go back to centre, but x is also less than or equal to 5. So on our number line, we're going to want all the numbers from minus 2 up to 5. So minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So there'll be a dot above both minus 2 and 5. Now, one of these needs to be coloured in because if you look at this side of the inequality, it says that x is less than or equal to. So the equal to means that we have to colour that one in. The other one is not because there's no line underneath our inequality. And then all we do is we join those two dots together. And that tells us that x is greater than minus 2, but it's also less than or equal to 5. Okay, our final example here. So this time we have x is greater than or equal to 6, but it is x is less than 9. So we need all the numbers from 6 to 9. So 6, 7, 8, and 9. We're going to put our dot above 6 and 9. And because both of these here have the underline underneath them, telling us that it is greater than or equal to or less than or equal to, that means we need to colour in the dots. So we're going to colour in both those dots and we're going to join those together. Now, I have exam questions for you to do. So if you want to pause the video and try these to yourself, and then unpause the video and check if you have done them right. So I'm going to go through them here now and you can check if you've been able to do these right. So it tells us in the first one, solve this inequality on the number line or show this inequality on the number line. So it says x is greater than minus 3 because the big side of the inequality comes first. So it's x is greater than minus 3. So we're going to put our dot at minus 3. We are not going to put our dot in because it doesn't say greater than or equal to, it just says greater than. So then we are going to put our line towards the bigger numbers because it's greater than. And you'll always notice that the line and the arrow you draw on your line is always pointing the same direction as the inequality. So that can be a key to helping you decide which direction it should go. Right, on our next one then, number 4a here, it says on the number line below, show this inequality: minus 2 is less than y, which is less than 3. Or if you read from the middle, y is greater than minus 2 and y is less than 3. So there's no underlines here, so we're not going to need to colour in any of these dots. So we're going to put a dot above minus 2 and a dot above positive 3, and we're going to join those together. And that satisfies an inequality.